You're about to open a window into the life of a ghost hunter. We'll show you dark, creepy roads that fade into the night. We'll show you haunted places, but most importantly, we'll show you what happens along the way there.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeff.
I'm Linda.
I'm Will.
And we are heading off for another series of investigations this weekend where we have 3 investigations. Our first one is up here in Henrico, and we're hoping, of course, as always, that we'll be able to run some footage up there, let you know what happens.
Right.
But of course, one thing we will be able to run footage on is all the places we find to stop along the way on this weekend adventure.
If you're new to Gas, Grub, and Ghosts, don't be mistaken. This is not about a bunch of ghosts. It's more about food and about the adventure along the way. So, don't message us afterward and be like, oh, there's no ghosts in this. Well, gas, grub, ghosts. A little bit of ghosts. More gas and grub.
Right. Absolutely. So it's kind of like travel.
Right.
It's kind of like what happens in between the investigations for those that don't like the scary stuff. Not that the investigations are scary, because oftentimes we don't see ghosts in them either. But
True.
On occasion there's some interesting things that happen. Will, a little bit about the anticipation for this weekend.
Oh, well, Gas, Grub, and Ghost to me is like the way I like my sandwiches. Not too spicy. Just a little bit of spice. Otherwise, it's a great sandwich. But this weekend, I'm really excited. I don't know too much about this investigation that we're going to in Henrico, which is a good thing, because that means that Linda and I can walk around the house and kind of get a feel for the place. See if we walk into a room and if we feel a certain type of energy or a type of presence there. I think it's always awesome going into an investigation blind, because then you don't have any sort of bias of if there's a female ghost, a male ghost, or what it is that you're trying to ask them. Instead, you're just talking to them as if they're another person. You're trying to get to know them. And so I think that's pretty cool. And then tomorrow, we get to go up to Dumfries. That sounds like a pretty cool investigation up there. Mm-hmm. Going up to a place that's near a haunted museum. So I think it's going to be a really good weekend, guys. But more importantly, I'm hungry.
Yes, me too. And not being a psychic by any means, I sense there's food in the near future.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If we didn't miss the exit.
No, we didn't miss the exit.
Okay,
We missed
good.
the exit.
Oh. Either way, there'll be somewhere to stop. Let's see what it is. We stopped off here at the Arby's inside the Loves, and it's our first time eating inside a restaurant on
Yeah.
Gas, Grub, and Ghost
Wow.
since, I believe, that pizza place that we
Yes.
stopped at.
I don't even know where that was.
It was somewhere between Winchester and wherever we were going to at the time.
Yeah.
I forget. But it's very exciting. Sitting here at a table in a restaurant,
know.
getting
I love
ready to unveil something new. So this is the roasted buffalo chicken sandwich. And I gotta say, in the past when I've had buffalo chicken sandwiches, it's always been the breaded kind, which I really do like. But I saw this on the menu, and it looked pretty good. Okay, maybe not roasted.
It does look breaded.
It does.
Huh.
Okay,
Maybe it's roasted with breading.
maybe. Well, let me describe the picture. It's got slices of chicken that almost look like thick turkey slices.
Right.
And it's covered in buffalo sauce. Looked really good.
Yes.
But I didn't get that.
No.
Nonetheless, I'm gonna eat it. That's a good sandwich.
So I got the gyro or gyro, however you want to pronounce it, with the traditional meat, I guess it is, instead of that other weird stuff that they make. And these are always amazing. That's why I keep getting them, because I love them. The tzatziki sauce is amazing on there. And the pita's always nice and warm and soft. So I'm really kind of excited.
The size of curly fries.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, what's going on there? It took you a little while to come over to the table.
12
I gotta
minutes
say,
later.
I finished eating.
Golly, 12 minutes later. No, they didn't even start it. I was sitting there waiting because they had a long line.
Yeah.
But there was only one lady that was managing everything. And then so I was like, hey, where's my drink? And she was like, you should have spoke up sooner. And then turned around and was like, can I get one? And then they immediately made it. I'm like, come on, man.
Huh. What kind of drink is that?
It's Jamocha. I've never had it before.
Ooh, that's a good one.
What is it?
Good choice. It's kind of like
Let me
chocolate.
guess. Let me guess. Let me see.
All right.
Hang on, it's really thick. It's like chocolate coffee.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I got out of it anyway.
Chocolate coffee. I've never had one.
It's pretty good, right?
Not 15 minutes.
Not 15 minutes worth good, no. What about, you got a slider, right?
Yeah, I got a slider.
And did you get the roasted buffalo chicken slider?
I sure did.
Good, maybe we can see what that actually looks like, because mine wasn't that. But I ate
It wasn't roasted.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Wow, it's so tiny.
Oh man, yours isn't roasted either.
What is this supposed to look like?
They had two like chicken cutlet patties
Huh,
that weren't breaded.
really?
Yeah. I think they're out of that particular type of
They
chicken.
must be out of it, just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
That's like a chicken shot right there, that thing.
So what are you waiting for?
It's really spicy.
Yeah, it definitely has good flavor. I gotta say, I like the amount of buffalo sauce that was on there and the flavor
Yeah.
with it.
Flavor's
Combination
really
with the
good. The bread is good. That's a good slider bread. It's like a Hawaiian roll, but
Oh yeah,
not quite. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's probably cold by now, right?
It's not 15 minutes good.
Well, you're applying some spicy.
Spicy 3-pepper. I've never had it before, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
Oh yeah.
I don't like spicy.
You get a buffalo sandwich of spicy 3-pepper sauce and you don't like spicy.
I think you might be in for a treat.
But you know what? If you don't like it, you have to be informed. You got to know that you don't like it.
Absolutely. You never know, that 3-pepper sauce might be the best thing you ever had.
It's not the flavor I was expecting.
No?
No, it's really sweet.
It is. It does have a little sweetness to
Very spicy.
it. Yep.
Now what you want to do, Will, is the chaser. Okay, that's where you rip open one of those 3-pepper packets, take a fry, pop the fry in your mouth, and then squeeze the 3-pepper sauce into your mouth. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's some good stuff right there.
It's so hot. I hate spicy.
Going for the cappuccino.
Oh yeah,
Reese's cappuccino.
I've been wanting these for a while, and I think I'm gonna mix in just a little bit of the French vanilla, just to be a little crazy.
Not a bad idea. I venture to say it's piping hot.
It is. That's what I like about these. Always stays nice and hot.
Oh, we ventured into a Sheetz here, outside of Richmond, and Will, I think I see some self-serve coffee over there. Am I mistaken?
I'm surprised. I didn't think they would have it.
Yeah, they're bringing it back, so we're gonna have to partake. We're here at the residence out in Henrico, and some interesting stuff going on here. They've reported seeing the spirit of a little girl in the house. Blonde hair, a blue dress, a silhouette of a man with an Amish-style hat, numerous other activity, and that will be in the interview that we did with the client that will be on Virginia Paranormal Case Files. But we're excited to get in here with all, and everyone in this house has witnessed something too. Multiple people that live here, so it'll be interesting to get in there and start seeing what we get via the EVP session or spirit box session, whatever it is.
The tri-field meter is going nuts.
It is going crazy, but it's still not up to a solid 1 yet.
No, it was up
Yeah,
way past
it
1.
got to like a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Oh, yeah. It jumped way up all of a sudden. Was that you? If you made that happen, can you do it again? Yeah, because the whole time it's been fluctuating between about 3 and 4, like it is now. Then it just went nuts.
And it went nuts right after you set the camera down.
Yeah, could that movement have done anything, perhaps?
It could have been.
Well, you want to pick it up and try
Let's
it
try
again?
it. Here we go.
Experiment.
I'll take the camera up. I'm going to go from it on.
Right.
Because what I did is I was recording with this. Closed it. Set it down. And it doesn't seem to have any effect on it. I'm not even sure if the camera
Would set
being
it
near
off
that
anyway.
would be enough to. Let me power it up. That even being near it is
No.
barely enough to do anything.
No, you have to actually move the tri-field meter.
Yeah. It's an interesting spike. But this is the room where she saw this little girl. I believe it was in this room. The girl with the blonde hair and the blue dress saw the man in the doorway. And we learned that when he started doing the remodeling in there, it seemed like the activity spiked. And this often happens where when people are doing remodeling in their houses, something doesn't like it, something's curious, or perhaps something's kind of dormant and it stirs it up. But activity often seems to peak around renovations.
I'm curious to see, or to find out, who has seen these specific spirits. Who has seen the man with the hat? Who has seen the little girl? Sometimes spirits will manifest to only certain people. Was it only the women of the house? Was it only the boys or the men of the house? What's the relationship?
It was
to
the
that?
wife. It was the wife that saw the little girl and that saw the dark figure.
Okay.
It was the husband that was slapped when he was sleeping downstairs, and also something poked him in the eye. And then it was the daughter, the adult daughter who has the kids, that heard the knocking on the door, heard somebody up here yelling help. The mom was up here. She came upstairs, and the mom didn't yell help. The mom didn't hear anybody yell help. So, yeah. Then all of them have talked about hearing these voices throughout the house, like a lot of voices. And I believe it's been a while since they've seen the spirit, the apparition of the little girl, but they've heard a kid's voice throughout the house. She heard a crying in the middle of the night, like a baby crying. And then she heard someone yell, "Shut up," really loud. So, and there was nobody in the house, obviously. So we came outside here to our base station, which is AKA the back of the car. And Will's reviewing some of the audio from the EVP sessions that we did. And one reason we want to do this on site is because if we get an answer to a question that we ask, we want to use that to guide our further questioning. If we get home, review the evidence, and we find out there's a question that's been answered, you know, or some information that's been given, and we want more answers to that, we have to come back to the location to get those answers, and perhaps on a night that the spirit's not willing to communicate with us.
That could be.
So it's important to review those before we leave, because if we're in there willing to listen and something is willing to give us answers, we want to make sure we can go in there and respond to those answers.
That's right.
I have never been.
Who was it that smacked the man when he was sleeping on the couch here? We're wondering why you did that. Was it just to get his attention, or did you not like him sleeping? Sounded like it said a little of both.
So why did you poke him in the eye?
Are you okay with people being in this room? That seemed like radio chatter.
Yeah. A lot of it does.
Some of them, though, seem like they're coming in right after your question.
To each other.
Do you remember my name? If you do, could you tell me it?
Can you try saying my name? Or even the name of the guy that's upstairs asking questions.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey or hate? Was there an orphanage around here?
That was random. Why'd you ask that?
Oh, the children of spirits.
Oh. He's nodding his head, yeah.
Oh, really?
We're out here on the front porch where they picked up some anomalies on the camera, asking some questions. So far, throughout this investigation, nothing has interacted with that REM pod. And we're trying to encourage something to come near it, but nothing so far. Inside, outside, upstairs, downstairs.
Nothing. The REM pod never does that. It goes off at least once or twice.
Yeah,
Usually. That's kind of paranormal in itself.
it is. It is a little strange.
If you're okay with us being here, try coming near that red light.
If you're not okay with us being here and you want us to leave, come touch that red light.
I do gotta say one thing with the house here. I don't get the impression that whatever's here is really negative. You know, I know there was the incident with the guy being smacked downstairs, but that was one incident in 6 years, and we don't know, like I said, if it was trying to get his attention. You know what I mean? If you kind of put this stuff together with the yelling help, the baby crying, him getting smacked, it's almost like somebody's trying to get someone's attention, like, I need help. You know, so I don't know. Maybe it was kind of a, hey, get up, the baby needs help.
Yeah.
Could be.
The woman's upstairs yelling help,
Yeah.
you know, with the baby. So a stop at Pilot for some Pilot House coffee.
Yeah.
Perhaps the best coffee on the interstate. So
Definitely
it says
the
in the
best
back of the
coffee.
truck.
Yeah.
So
It is.
Here we got Will coming up behind us.
There he
Will,
is.
what'd you get? You didn't get anything? I saw you eyeballing the monsters
I
in
thought
there.
about it, but I was like, nah, I'll just get some coffee in the morning, you know?
Yeah, that's probably right. That's probably right. But the investigation seemed fairly quiet.
It
But a lot of
was.
times we get something like that, we go back and we find some answers on the recordings.
True.
Sometimes we don't. Nonetheless, it will be available as an episode of Virginia Paranormal Case Files. Because we put these investigations out there, even if there's no evidence, because our goal is just to show what goes on during an investigation and what some of the reports are out there through Virginia and
Right.
some of the surrounding states.
Yeah.
But we got 2 more investigations coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're going to head back on the interstate here, get a little bit of rest, and then tomorrow afternoon is the first investigation in Newport News. So it's the day after last night, and we stopped by McDonald's for some breakfast. What do you got there?
Well, kind of breakfast. And this is actually chicken nuggets. I love their chicken nuggets. We got a bag full of fries here, and it's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tearing into some of these nuggets with buffalo sauce. Before we went to bed, I had a chicken patty sandwich. Put some of that scorpion pepper sauce on there.
Yeah.
And that was a mistake, but I did it. And now I'm going with buffalo chicken combo again here. So I can't seem to get away from this buffalo chicken for some reason. But it's a rainy day as we're heading into Newport News for our first case, where we'll be joined by Will shortly after, and then heading up to Dumfries later on. Hopefully we'll be able to run some footage of both of the investigations. But we're looking forward to this adventure today. And after this first investigation, actually be able to sit down and grab some food.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
nice.
not kind of on the go here, which
Right.
might be nice.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, to think about what to eat.
Yep.
Is there a Sheetz in the near future?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah, because Sheetz, they didn't have their tables open
No,
yet.
they still don't. I'm
Yeah.
not sure why, but, maybe they just don't feel they have the manpower to be able to sanitize them correctly yet.
That's right, because restaurants around here are at 50% capacity right now.
Yes.
So you can't eat inside, which is pretty cool. Every other table's like roped off. So when we went in the Arby's last night.
Yep.
So we're here in Newport News with Jack. And Jack came through here a little bit ago and kind of did an initial investigation. What was some of the stuff that you caught here?
I caught what was in the back bedroom, baby's bedroom, was that there's a like activity, like little orbs going across the camera, and also I did hear some voices, and I did have activity on my K2 meter, and also used a motion sensor, got some response in that, and like I got set up a camcorder. And that's when I heard voices. I heard the voice, and so I just kept it rolling.
All back in that back bedroom.
Yep, back in the back bedroom.
Where they said there was something that seemed like it was in the wall.
Right. Well, I caught it in the closet.
Oh, okay.
It sounded like it was in the closet because I set it up in there. And they said her kids or children were saying it was coming out of the wall, behind the dresser. But I went ahead and put a laser grid in the closet, and also motion sensor. But like I said, I caught a voice, and it sounded like it came from the closet area.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I'll just take this for a second, and then I'll activate that camera. So we have a couple clips for the gas grub and ghost there. Okay, so we're back here in the bedroom. We've had some activity with the REM pod so far, and there it is right now.
So that's on. All right. She let me borrow her big gaming headphones.
Maybe record when she starts up the spirit box, and then I'll stop recording.
Yeah, there
this
was a
one.
spirit calling the security camera. See,
Just after she gets it
Oh,
going, like
yeah.
when we're ready to say our names.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Just a little light one that time.
Yeah. Yep, those are my kids.
There's the motion light.
Doing the spirit box.
Yeah, we'll start up the spirit box here.
To see what I'm doing. Something last year. Might have been radio.
Can you name anyone that's in this room?
we got Will back there in the closet with the camera and the REM pod. And he's going to sit in there with the door closed doing a solo EVP session. You ready for this, Will?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and close the door.
Bye.
We'll see you later, hopefully. So, Will, you made it.
I made it. I
Out of
made
the
it out of the
closet.
closet. I came out of the closet. So
I was worried because whenever people say portal, I think about like Super Mario. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna go into a green pipe.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Just
gone.
go into the underworld.
You know?
Jeez. But I made it. I asked a few questions on the camera. Asked a few questions. It went off a couple times. It did turn green. Of course, it scares you when you're in a closed space in the dark and it turns green. All of a sudden, you can see everything around you and you're waiting to see something touching it. It turned green a few times, but it wasn't consistent enough for me to say, oh yeah, there was something in there purposefully touching it.
Right.
So after a few moments of it not going off anymore, I decided to cut it off.
So we were driving through downtown Newport News and we saw all these wavy 10 cameras and reporters out there. In the midst of all the action was Tanya. So we stopped and picked her up and decided to bring her up here to Dumfries with us. Tanya, what was going on down there in Newport News today?
I don't know. Maybe there was a flood or something.
Well, nonetheless, we got Will back there too. All right, so we're looking for a place to eat because we got to get some dinner.
We do.
Those nuggets that we had for breakfast,
Didn't quite make it.
it's not going to hold us over.
No, definitely not. The only problem is if you're traveling up through this area, the only places to get something to eat is right around Williamsburg. Once you get past Williamsburg, pickings are kind of slim. So I did happen to find an Italian restaurant in New Kent, over by New Kent County, Antonio's.
Antonio's. Let's do it.
If they're open.
Well, let's give them a call and we'll check out Antonio's.
Yeah.
And maybe, Tanya, you can get the big salad.
No, I'm not going to do it this time.
So this is what we have right now. We are stuck on the interstate. We've been parked here. The line of traffic is not moving at all. And if you come over this way and look through the traffic, you can actually see. You can see the flashing lights up there. I mean, the accident is literally right there.
Yeah.
Maybe 40 or 50 cars ahead.
We literally just missed it.
We did. We did just miss it. And we're hoping that we can get on the road soon because this is kind of eating into our grub time.
Yeah.
So we're really worried that we're not going to be able to stop and actually sit down in a restaurant and eat.
One of the primary components of Gas, Grub, and Ghost.
Yeah,
is the grub.
we're not even out of the area. And this is typical for Hampton Roads, unfortunately.
Yeah, right outside of Williamsburg here in James
Right.
City County.
Interesting enough, I want to point out, is with some of the cases that we've had so far, last night and the one today, they all involved what seemed to be child spirits.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the lady last night was seeing the ghost of a little girl,
Mm-hmm.
and the one today, wasn't it childlike
child,
spirits
yeah.
that were playing with
That's right.
the other kids? So it's interesting. Now the one tonight, I don't have the details on that. Does that involve anything with children?
No, I have the details on it. I'm not too sure about children. There is a small door, supposedly, I think under a staircase or something that she said continuously opens, and they can't keep it shut. But this is a piece of property. It's a rental unit that backs up to the Weems Spots Museum. And as we know, the Weems Spots Museum, because they investigated that a couple years ago, that is quite haunted. It was a hospital during both the Revolutionary and the Civil War. And the grounds supposedly were covered with injured patients and people dying. So there's a lot of, I guess, activity right around that property. And it could be that this is sort of bleeding over into the surrounding properties, is what it seems. But I think she and her kids are quite scared of what's going on, and I think that's why she's called us out, because they're not too sure what to do or how to handle it.
Absolutely. So it will be interesting to get up there. And you always wonder, a lot of the people that live around haunted places, we're always talking about that live near old plantations and
Right.
old places that are known to be haunted. Do they experience activity?
Right.
And this kind of answers that question. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to get out there and see what we think. What do you think, Will?
I'm excited because I've never been to this museum. So I don't know that much about it. I don't know anything about the location. So I'm excited to kind of go in blind and get some responses.
Absolutely. Tanya?
I'm with him.
All right, so because of the traffic delay, we don't get to go to Franco's.
No, I don't get to eat a big salad.
I know, but maybe at Sheetz later on.
Maybe at Sheetz.
I do see Sheetz in the near future. But we're at the home of the Whopper, which I think I might have.
Yeah, that sounds good. A
Oh,
Whopper.
let's see. This is my favorite part.
So here we have our dinner for the night. We had to go with Burger King, unfortunately, instead of the Franco's that we were planning. But we have Whoppers.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that Whopper. I'm not bacon. I think that's mine.
That's yours.
Yep. And there's one for Jeff. And fries look good. Inside the bag there.
And Will, what do we got over this end?
Oh yeah. So last time I got a Bacon King, it gave me an upset stomach. So tonight, so that way my stomach is not like rumbling, I got a chicken sandwich, but not just any chicken sandwich. It has bacon.
Oh man, look at that.
Bacon and chicken.
That looks pretty good.
Pork and poultry. Great combination.
Yeah, it's a
There we
good
go,
mix.
just gotta-
Obnoxious bite?
Whopper. It's a bacon
Oh
Whopper.
man, that's
Yeah,
an
I know.
obnoxious bite.
So you got competition.
What's the verdict?
Oh, he's dripping it all over the floor.
Now over to Tanya. She's gonna take an obnoxious bite. And what are we taking an obnoxious bite of,
French
Tanya?
fries. Hot ones too.
And we have an 8-piece order of jalapeno poppers.
Ooh.
Kind of small little chunks. I think they have the jalapenos and the cheese mixed in, like diced up jalapenos.
That's
Not
gonna
usually
work.
my favorite, but they should be okay.
Now let's take a bite and look at what's inside there. Oh man, look at that cheesy with the little pieces of jalapeno. I gotta say, I do like it when it has the whole jalapeno in there.
I
Or
do
it's
too.
not even like the whole one. It's like a half of a jalapeno.
Right.
And it's cheese and it's breaded. Those
But
are
I
my
like
favorite.
them when they have a lot of flavor, but not too much spice. And these are actually pretty perfect for that. They're not too spicy. They still got a lot of the jalapeno flavor in them, so
And
pretty
cheddar
good.
cheese instead of the sour cream, which is in some of them. I too remember, I think we were on our way out to the mountains when we got those Bacon Kings
right.
the last time, and I'm not sure it sat very well on my stomach, but I did manage to digest it. So this time, I went with none other than the Whopper.
Nice.
There should be this music playing in the background, like this, "Ah," you know.
Wow, that's a big sandwich.
Oh my god.
Big Whopper. So we're here walking around this old house from 1901. Getting some initial thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, it's I mean, it is kind of a tight little space up here. It's not actually nearly as big of a second floor as I anticipated that it would be. But you know, the attic is kind of sealed off, which is kind of creepy, and you never know what can be up in that attic. Like maybe there's something up there
Of
and
relevance.
of relevance.
Yeah.
And they sealed it off.
Especially in
so,
119 years. I mean, look
Yeah.
at that attic access. That
Yeah.
thing is, that's pretty brutal.
There's no telling what could be up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's strange. Like, look at this. It's just one flat panel. The rest of this is like paneling, like normal paneling. This
That's just how they put it together back in the day.
no, it's Like, I can't figure out what's happened there.
They used 2 different panels.
No, look. See, even the baseboards are cut. And see,
Oh.
the wood on the floor is cut in that corner.
Huh.
It's like something...
It's like that corner wasn't there or something.
Yeah, it's like something was up with that corner.
Maybe there was a chimney?
That could be. I wonder what's down below here. Yeah, it could have been boxed in. Maybe for a chimney or exhaust.
But my favorite part is this staircase.
Yes.
Something that is fairly typical of very old houses from the turn of the century and the late 1800s, even back beyond that.
Yeah.
These staircases just kind of come down. I used to be afraid to walk down these things.
It is scary. I mean, you don't have any handrails or anything when you go down these stairs.
And like when you get to the point right here, it's like this step is so narrow that your foot doesn't even fit on it.
Right.
You know?
What's scary about it here? You want to tell them? Are you scared?
There's a boy in the wall. He got a hole. There was a hole in there.
A hole in the wall?
Yeah, his eye been on that. It was dirty. His eye been dirty. He wants to spin on that hole in that wall in the day, and he's just slack.
You say it's a black image. No, I wish it would be a good idea. But the way he described it, it's like a dark image. Like all he can see, the eyes are black.
Right.
It's black. He wets his bed and stuff. Too scared to go to the bathroom. And he keeps saying the boy in the wall. We hear it all the time.
Does he come out of the wall and walk around? He goes under the stairs.
Where does it go? Speak up. You move the teddy bears.
He walk like big belly, and I don't know, like his face bloody.
Don't mind me.
Have we already said anything about this on that video yet?
Not on the gas grub and goats.
Okay.
No, I don't believe so.
So the client's house that we're at now, they're saying that this door right here will open randomly. As you can see, this door.
Who opened that?
Oh, I did. I opened it. When you close it, it's almost like it's painted shut, so it's really hard to open.
Right.
But they've said that they've gone upstairs, come back downstairs, and it's wide open.
Killing me.
These stairs are like the steps of the Betsy Ross house.
They're like that
Yeah, they
stairs in that 3rd floor on that Matthews house. It says it's 52 up here.
Yeah. That's definitely not 52.
It's good to me.
Yeah. It's good to me too. I like it.
So we're going through, taking the baseline sweeps, baseline pictures.
So far, I will say the baselines have been pretty normal, pretty average, what you would
I
expect.
didn't realize there was an air conditioner in that closet. I didn't see that.
So we're down here in the basement, and this is a pretty cool, it's like an all dirt basement. The doors were at one time outside. You gotta come down the cellar doors. But as we were walking outside, we heard a noise, a heavy noise that sounded like something hit those cellar doors or fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
But it came from the cellar doors.
Yeah.
So we came down here to take a look around, and I gotta say it's pretty eerie down here.
It
but
is. It's kind of eerie down here.
I don't know what made that noise. What's in this box right here?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Is there anything metal?
There's a kind of a wooden box over here.
Let's see.
We're gonna open up this cabinet right here. It looks like there's a very old mop that's up against it.
You okay down there?
Yep.
Yeah, we're still
yes,
alive.
sweetie, we're okay, but thanks for checking on us. There's a chair and a broom holding it closed.
What would you do if there's a body in there?
Paint.
Old paint.
That would probably be less startling than some things I could imagine being in there. Okay, number one, that would probably get me to run up the stairs, would be a snake.
Yeah.
Number two, that probably wouldn't get me to run up the stairs, but would get me to jump, as if like the lady from The Grudge popped out. You know what I mean? So snake number one, lady from The Grudge number two, body. Yeah, we got it on video. So.
All right.
What's past this wall? What's up over this
That's
way?
what I'm trying to
What do you
figure
see up
out.
there?
It looks like it might just be completely filled in.
Yeah, it looks like it's just pipes.
All right. Turning it off. How old are you? Can you tell us how old you are?
Was that you that made the noise in the cellar? Do you know who made that noise in the cellar?
Is there something that you hide from in the wall? Is that who you hide from? The person that's in the cellar?
Weird, it was like a whisper. Didn't know what it said. That was strange. Creepy.
All right, so we got Will. He's going to do a solo EVP session down here in the basement. And I'm going to be closing him in. So, should be pretty interesting.
Okay, so I'm gonna here. Okay, so I'm gonna sit on these steps, and Jeff is gonna close me in.
All right, you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Here we go.
Bye, everybody. And already it's going on.
Initiating.
Okay, so we go ahead and cut off this light now. Turn off night vision. All right.
So we open up the basement and let Will out. And there was some chatter up here, but like I said, I had my recorder going up here too. So we'll be able to compare it. If you do pick up something down there, we'll be able to see if it's, you know, we'll be able to hear the voices clearer on my recorder because I had it right by the door.
Mm-hmm.
See if was anyone talking or something coming from the basement.
Right. So what I want to try next is I want to leave my voice recorder down here in the basement, close the doors, leave it down here with the REM pod. I want to see if maybe if we leave it alone, maybe it's shy, maybe it'll feel more comfortable to speak or make a noise then. So I'm going to go ahead and announce. I'm going to head back upstairs now. I'm going to leave this device down here with you. You can talk into it. Say anything you want. You also have that light right there. You can touch that light, make it turn green. But I'm going to leave now. So go ahead and talk into it. Say anything you want, okay? I'm going to leave that right here. And I'll be back in 5 minutes.
All right. I'm going to climb up here and we're going to take a look into this little attic door space here. If I can manage my way up this ladder. Okay. Now, say there's spiders up here and stuff, like poisonous ones.
Oh, it could be anything up there. Anything from ghosts to snakes. He doesn't like snakes. So I said that.
What's with snakes?
Well, I'll take that camera and see if I can.
Okay.
Looks like you only have 3 minutes left of the camera.
I'm gonna have to get this little memory card out of the car there. There is nothing up here.
Nothing at all?
No, just insulation from what I see. The wall's right behind me there. Nope.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Nope.
All clear. Okay. Try this time. Is this like ghost detecting app? I think we'll try this and see what happens for a few minutes.
Just to experiment.
Yeah, this is one that we've experimented with a few times in the past, and it seemed like it had some relevant responses.
While we're using this, why don't we activate the REM pod and put it near that little door that opens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm Jeff.
I'm Linda.
I'm Tanya.
And I'm Will.
If there's anybody else here with us, could you try telling us your name? Why do you open that door? Could you try opening that door for us right now? Or turn that light green if you can't open the door right now.
We have this thing on the table here. Sometimes if you speak through this or speak to it, we can see what you're saying.
Is there something in that little closet that you want? Or that you're drawn to? If so, what is it?
It's sort of a sharp, strange pain toward the back on my left-hand side. Went away pretty quickly. I'd like to see you use this to try to tell us your name. What should we call you?
Where are they?
I don't know. I think it's probably just spitting out random words.
Yeah, it seems like it is.
A lot of these are words that we've seen before pop up. It's not answering our questions.
So what's about to happen here at this Sheetz, Will?
Well, I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and order Jeff's food. Jeff is gonna go ahead and order my food. We have no idea what we're gonna get.
No, and it's gonna be a surprise. But let me tell you, okay? Here's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Because I like Will.
That's good.
I actually want to show him my craftsmanship.
Okay.
I want to show him how I can tastefully craft a sandwich or a pizza. What's it going to be, sandwich or pizza?
Either one. Either one.
Okay. That
Sandwich.
he will truly enjoy. Well, that I would truly enjoy. So
Yeah.
I can kind of, you know, give him a sample of something that I would eat, which he may not like, but.
I will not show mercy.
So there's Will up there ordering up that sandwich, and I gotta say, I'm eager to try this concoction that he comes up with. He usually comes up with some good ideas, unless it's intentionally bad. But I want to highlight, I found this Mountain Dew from Nevada, and the reason I got this is because the first thing I saw was a big flying saucer, Area 51, and then there's an alien down there, and it looks like he's, I don't know if he's windsurfing or what he's doing. And another UFO beaming up some dice. So I thought this was a pretty cool bottle. We're getting ready to leave here, and I saw some things I just could not pass up. Some pickled eggs, red beet eggs as they're called here. And we're finally going to try these Hershey's triple chocolate filled muffins.
Oh, the rubbish.
Yeah. Look at those things. That is some rubbish right there. We're gonna eat it.
That's for all our UK friends that say we eat such rubbish.
I gotta be careful though, because I don't want them to tip over and mess up the icing.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta hold that just right. So Will, you excited about trying this burger?
I'm scared. You know what? Given the choice between going in that cellar by myself, eating this sandwich, I choose the cellar. 9 times out of 10. I have no idea what this is, but it's so much heavier than what I normally get. I don't know if I can get a big bite out of it. It feels like a rock is in this bag right now. What did you get me, Jeff?
We'll read off the ingredients after the first obnoxious bite.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm scared for you. He probably got you what he usually gets himself. And it's like everything that they put on the menu goes into the sandwich. That's why it's like a rock. Because it's so big and heavy and stuffed with all the stuff that really, really heavy.
All right, I want to see who's bigger, you know?
Okay, all right.
Let's see. All right, so here is my sandwich. Oh my gosh. All right, here's mine compared to Jeff's.
All right.
Kind of equal.
Fair,
Yeah,
actually.
pretty
Fairly
close.
fair.
That's crazy. Y'all know how my sandwiches normally are. It's just like bun and then like a little bit of meat and cheese. That's it.
Right, right.
What we got up here? You know what? How about this? I'm not even gonna look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it after you take a bite out of it.
Yeah. 'Cause
Eyes
I don't wanna have
closed,
any
bite.
preconceived
Just watch out
notion.
for the bone.
Okay. I just need to see which side of the sandwich I'm going at.
What is that?
Oh man, that is an obnoxious bite. And Will, tell me that is not the best thing you have just about ever had.
What is it? It's like
He
There's
doesn't.
so many flavors.
Yeah.
Some I hate. It's coming in waves.
what is it?
It hit me. It was delicious. And then I hated it. And then I liked it again. And now it's spicy and it's killing me. What is on this?
All right, so looking at this burger right here, what we have is we have a traditional bun that's toasted, macaroni and cheese bites, pepper jack cheese, boom boom sauce, fire roasted tomato sauce, habanero sauce, sliced tomatoes, lettuce, pickles, cooked onions and peppers, jalapenos, mild pepper rings, black olives, chili, and bacon.
That's
The,
ridiculous, yeah.
macaroni bites are really good.
Yeah, there's some good things.
So glad I got this
I like
milkshake.
them. Do the same thing. I'm gonna try blindly, not even just got my eyes shut here. I found the edge of a burger here, and this is how much
This is not the original.
This is, huh?
This is not the original. It doesn't have all of your ingredients.
Oh. Nope. She threw away the original, and I made her print me another one.
Oh,
This is how much I trust Will. Oh. That's an all right burger.
All right, burger.
It's chicken. Is it chicken?
No? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they took all of the things that I put up there. What? Open it up.
It looks like 3 hamburgers.
I see jalapenos.
Yes.
Some kind of cheese.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess it's the nacho cheese.
Of course.
All right. Black olives.
With regular cheddar cheese.
Red onions.
Yep.
Bacon.
Yep.
The burger.
Yep.
And something white that is ranch.
That is ranch.
All right.
Oh, it's jalapeno ranch.
Oh, that's good stuff.
And of course bacon. Gotta get bacon.
All right. So Linda, what do you got there?
I got something I've never had before here. It's a quesadilla.
They look good too.
Those look pretty good.
Grilled chicken and cheese, and I think there's supposed to be pico on here. I'm not sure if it's there or not, but there is a lot of flavor to this. I'm not sure if it's the grilled chicken that actually has a lot of flavor, but it is very good.
Yeah.
Quite impressed.
Tanya, what are you doing over there? Killing some fries.
Fries.
What'd you put on them?
Ketchup.
So I finished my burger. Gotta say it was pretty decent. I don't think Will felt the same way about my burger, but I just kind of, like, I loved it so much, I kind of wanted to share it with him. And I guess he didn't like it.
I ate it.
But nonetheless, Linda's got a quesadilla here that she can't finish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a big bite of this.
Wow, that's a big bite.
That's a good quesadilla. Being that my burger was significantly lighter, though, I feel a little undernourished. And where better to get some more protein from than some pickled eggs?
Ugh.
That is disgusting.
What do you say, Will? Tanya?
Wow, that was quick. It was already.
So these pickled eggs, what's cool about them?
There's already a cockroach in the car again.
Jeez.
Getting the milkshake.
Oh, it's a good thing or what? But they have a little bit of pepper in here, so you can put a little pepper on them if you want to. I always like a little pepper on the pickled eggs. Stay away from the salt, though. Now, I'm not saying that these are as good as Big John's, but they are quite good. That's a good pickled egg. All right, so we wrapped up our investigation out there in Dumfries, and I have to say it was a pretty cool investigation.
It was.
What are your thoughts on that one, Will?
That was one of the few times since I've been with this team that we've actually all heard something that definitive together.
Yes.
Or we were leaving that back porch, about to go outside. Then all of a sudden it sounded like there was someone in the cellar making that noise. And it was as if we were going to open it up and there was going to be someone down there. And there was nobody.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, and it must have been pretty intense being down there for that solo EVP session. So definitely looking forward to that episode of the Paranormal Case Files and getting that evidence review together. What do you think, Tanya?
I have to agree.
Yeah, that sound is what got me. And it was just this like sort of booming, rumbling sort of sound, and sounded like something metal falling down steps. It was just a really strange sound, and I'm wondering if it could have been a residual sound. You know, somebody falling in the house or falling down the steps at one time. But it definitely sounded like it was coming from those cellar doors.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
yeah,
It definitely was.
It was.
So we're heading on the road here, and somewhere in the night, as soon as my stomach settles a little bit, we're gonna tear into these Hershey's cupcakes, or what are they? They're muffins, actually.
Yeah,
muffins.
yeah, chocolate muffins.
So looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, welcome to a new segment of Gas Grub and Ghosts, and for like I said, lack of better ideas, we're just gonna call it viewer comments, and we are gonna respond to some viewer comments from some of our latest videos right here on Gas Grub and Ghosts.
The one that I've chosen is from the Gas Grub and Ghosts, the wreck of the old 97 that we did. And in doing this, I sort of wanted to pick one from one of our loyal commenters. We have quite a few of them. This one in particular was from Paul Mason Jr. He and his family kind of get together and sort of comment on all of our videos. And this one says, "Thanks for another great adventure, guys. It's nice to see a change of pace when you do your adventure in the daytime sometime instead of night. The video is crystal clear. It's beautiful. It's like 3D, like I'm really outdoors with you guys. Did a great job. Thanks. Keep up the work. God bless." It is kind of good. It's a nice change of pace to be able to do things in the daytime instead of at the nighttime all the time. And you know, certainly today we did an investigation during the daytime as well, but it was indoors. But we try to keep the video as high quality as we can. We really want to bring people out with us on these adventures, particularly on the Gas Grub and Ghost ones, so that they can sort of experience exactly what we're experiencing and can always be out there feeling like they're right with us on our adventures. So, you know, that's really our aim, and we're really grateful that you guys actually feel that way, and that Paul Mason Jr. feels that way. So, shout out to Paul Mason Jr. Thanks for being a loyal fan, and for always watching.
The next comment comes from Kevin Spirit Communication and Research. He commented on the Marion, Virginia video. "Hey Jeff and Linda, thank you for sharing yet another great investigation." And his question goes on to ask, "I was wondering if you tried removing the antenna from the PSB-7 and or using a Faraday bag or cage so as to virtually block most or all radio signals. That would really eliminate a lot of the radio chatter that does come through. Bless you guys and stay safe. Kevin from Minnesota." Linda, I think you had a really good comment to that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we've always talked about. We've always wondered whether or not the spirit is actually using it, sort of manipulating the tuner in the radio to be able to speak through it, or whether they're you know, speaking through the radio frequency somehow. You know, we just really don't know how they use the PSB-7. So I had commented on there that we were a little bit, you know, leery of taking the antenna off of the thing for that reason, because we don't know if we'd stop the spirits from being able to communicate as well.
Right, so by doing so, we're not sure if we're eliminating their ability to be able to speak to us.
Right, yeah.
Okay. This next one is from Sharon Rudy. "Hi Jeff, hi Linda. I just love you both. You are so real and so kind. I think you do the best job that can be done with what the client gives you. It's hard to go on an investigation without knowing the people, and the spirits for that matter, and get an instant connection. But if anyone can do it, I believe you can. It's the way you talk to spirits that I love, very respectful with no provoking. I see many investigators provoke and leave. These people still have to live there. So thank you so much for your approach. Great video as always. Thank you so much." So what do you guys have to say to Sharon about the approach that we go about with paranormal investigating?
So I guess what I would have to say to that is that we try to always be really respectful. All the spirits that are there, most likely they're just dead people. So if we're going to be respectful to people that are living, we might as well be respectful to the ones that are dead. And she's right. We never know what we're getting into when we go into an investigation. It's kind of like being a contractor. You're walking into a house where you don't know really what to expect. So that kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit. But yeah, it's always an interesting thing, and we really appreciate all of the support. All right, so I found a comment because Jeff is driving. He can't read his own comment, so I'm going to read it for him and have him respond. This one is from Steve Ingle, or Ing, I-N-G-E. Sorry if I mispronounced your last name. He says, how come you guys don't weigh 400 pounds? All that stuff you eat and drink looks fantastic. Watch out for black bears that have been fed by humans. Those furry creatures could turn on you after eating people food. I wonder if any truckers know any tales about the old 97. Very enjoyable video. So.
All right, what was the name of that, Steve?
Steve.
Oh, that's my boy Steve. Yeah, he comments on all of my videos. Hi, Steve.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
Hey, Steve. Well, thanks for commenting. I want to say that first, we've tried to reach out to truckers via a CB radio to try to get some of their reports that they've seen along the highway. But unfortunately, there's not a lot of traffic on the CBs anymore. So we're still trying to find out a way that we can approach some of them and get some of their stories, because we know they probably see a lot out here on the highway. Those black bears, yes, I definitely don't want to tangle with a 600-pound black bear. Big Boo Boo was his name. That was up there in those woods. And I'll tell you, if that thing came tearing through those woods, I don't know what we'd do. Like I said, throw him the sausage that we left out on the table and hope he chased that while we ran the other way. I have encountered some black bears before while camping, and I don't believe they were fed by humans, but they usually tend to scare fairly easy. So for those of you who do like the outdoors and camping, if you encounter a black bear, comes into your campsite, usually if you bang on some pots and pans, they'll kind of scurry away. Unless they're really hungry, then you might be in trouble. They might hear the pots and pans and think you're cooking them some dinner, and when they find out you're not, you might become that dinner. But as far as the first part of the comment, which at this point, going off on a tangent, I kind of forgot. The 400 pounds.
Yeah.
That is a good question, a really good question. And I'll tell you what, my secret is lettuce. Whatever you eat, as long as you put lettuce on it, you'll be healthy. You'll stay in shape. Don't have to worry about it. All the other calories don't matter. It's all about that lettuce.
So I have a comment about that too. I am rapidly approaching 400 pounds. And so I bought myself some new running shoes because I figured I love to eat. I like to eat all kinds of different food. And we're always out on these investigations and just finding some nasty stuff to shove in our mouths. So, it's one of those things that I figure at some point, at the age that I'm at 43, it all goes downhill from here. So you've got to start sort of thinking about keeping in shape. But Jeff, his lettuce comment is basically bullcrap. It doesn't matter how much lettuce you put on it. It's not going to help. But Jeff has a very fast metabolism, and he is able to consume just about anything. And we kind of hate him for it. But his bowels really pay the price for what he puts into his stomach.
Indeed they do. And since we're talking crap, let me tell you about these bathrooms at Wawa. On the way up here, on the way up to the investigation, Wawa is not my first choice for bathroom. Let's just put it lightly, okay? But it was all there was at this point in time when I needed one. When, let's say, the man was knocking at the door and I needed to let him out. And I go into the Wawa bathroom, and I'm already not wanting to be there. And there's a dude that's sitting in there. About 10 minutes, I'm waiting in this bathroom, and I'm already uncomfortable because people kind of walk in the bathroom when you're standing there and look at you funny. You know what I mean? But I'm standing there waiting for this guy to get out, and while I'm waiting, I'm debating. Do I get in the car and just drive to the next possible bathroom I can find, or do I wait this out? So I decided to wait it out. I did. I was like, look, I talked myself into using the Wawa bathroom. I'm going to wait here. The thing I hate about that bathroom, okay, aside from the dirtiness of it, is they're always, from my experience, I mean, this may not be fact, but just from the coincidence of when I go into a Wawa bathroom, the little thing where you take the toilet seat covers out of is always empty. So I have to lay down toilet paper on the seat. Well, what Wawa has is those censored flushes. So I get that toilet paper all laid down on the seat, and the thing goes off before I can even do anything. The toilet paper's gone, and I have to lay it all back down again. But when it sucks this toilet paper down, what it does is it splashes. For some reason, those Wawa bathrooms, they spray all over the place, and the seat's all wet. So I got to wipe off the seat and lay toilet paper down again and hurry up and do it before that automatic flush is gone off. Needless to say, it was a bad experience at the Wawa bathroom tonight.
Maybe that's why the guy that was in there before you was in there 10 minutes. He kept laying down that stuff on the toilet, and it kept getting sucked down.
That could very well be. Yeah.